Okay, welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the market today. This is the weekly chart of the S&P 500 futures. We'll look at the daily, and we'll look at the trades of the day in the intraday charts. Okay, all right, let's get started here. On the weekly chart, got this pretty decent sized green candlestick going on, which a lot of that just happened today. We'll look at the very interesting event happened after intraday close. But in any case, this is a pretty decent size candlestick, 127, we'll call it in points. We can see here the SMI still doing this deal, MACD rolling over, going down. So is this little bounce sustainable? Time will tell. But my instincts tell me I just don't see the market holding up against this kind of downward pressure indefinitely. It may do a week or two bounce here and then start giving it up again. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on this. So not much has changed since yesterday. These are the going upward. Yeah, that would be, so if we get into a resistance thing, then it'd be the top of this candlestick, about 52.13 if it gets way up there weekly. Okay. And then supports are going down. So support would be, at this point, 50.63 is support on the weekly chart going this way. Okay. All right, there's the dates. June 16th. Anywhere from late May to there. Could this be the bottom here early? Yeah, it could be, but it just doesn't look like it to me. I think we're seeing, see this going on here now? I think we're seeing something kind of like this. You might get these 3 or 4 weeks of bounce going on. Right? You get 2 green weeks, you get a down week, you get another week that tries to get something going, okay, and then runs out of gas and really gives it up like hard. So, I mean, we don't have as much time here as we did there, the number of weeks, so we'll have to see how this plays out, but yeah. That's why I said this pullback could extend further than people think, because there's a lot of, well, there's not a lot of time, but there's more time left than this and the momentum here on the short-term indicator. So in any case, that may be what we get here. Couple weeks going up, maybe a little runs out of gas, then starts pulling back. We'll have to see how this plays out. All right, let's go look at the daily. All right, so here we are on the daily chart, and a big old green candlestick, 110 range today. Now, if you were just to look at this candlestick right here, you would think this whole day was just a massive up day, but it wasn't. When we look at the intraday charts, I'll show you something, what happened here after intraday closed. But yeah, the beginning of the day, this candlestick pre-market was way down here. Came all the way down. I thought it might get to 50.12. Let me just move this over a little bit. Yeah. I thought it might get down to this 50.12 number. It didn't quite get down there. The wick ends right here. So it got down to 50.22. But this was a big moneymaker for me. I made a lot of money here. Pre-market as it pulled way back down into here. Okay, and then the rest of the day, it traded up a little bit and stayed flat, like where it opened. It came back up and just sat flat at the open all the way pretty much through intraday. And then at the very, very end, we're going to see somebody, BlackRock, probably got involved, as they usually do, manipulating markets, got involved after 3 p.m. and ran this market all over 50 points after intraday close. They ran it up over here. So that's just, your typical shenanigans going on with the Federal Reserve and BlackRock, most likely, doing stuff that they really shouldn't be doing. It to me, it's illegal, but whatever, they do what they do, they get away with it because everybody lets them get away with it. You know what happens in today's world, guys and gals? People break the laws here in the United States and all over the world for that matter nowadays, and since there's no consequences, they continue to do it, and that's the real truth. And it's really no different in the marketplace. They violate rules. The Federal Reserve does things in the market, actively trading the free market, manipulating it. That's probably what happened today, and we'll see that later on. But anyway, whatever, that's an environment we're in. We can take advantage of it when we see it. So, all right, so let's just assume this continues to bounce. Then maybe we get up to the 50. Like it hasn't hasn't yet got back up to this 50, which right now is 51.61. So if tomorrow's a strong day, which it could be, if this continues, then tomorrow we'll probably get up and hit this, that's only 30 points away, right? That we hit this 50-day moving average. Then we'll just see, does it get all the way back up here to 52.67? Does it run out of gas up in this area somewhere and then start to roll over? So that we got to kind of pay attention to. So this middle of this cycle is May 1st. That's a good, still 5 calendar days away. We have a weekend in here, so take 2 out of that. So about 3 trading days, I guess, somewhere like that is the middle of this cycle. And then we'll have to see, like I said before, is this still May 8th? I think it still is May 8th. Yeah, does this May 8th area have any kind of, does the market stall and pull back? That we have to watch as well, okay? So I think the next resistance is like I said, is the 50-day moving average. Above that, there's a little bit right here in this area, but we'll just call it 52.67. And then below it is back down to 50.85 and 63. And here you can see them all sitting here, okay? All right. Let's take a look at intraday charts and see where are the trades of the day at. All right, here we are on the 5-minute chart. Futures opened up over here and then closed here. You can see it was, when it opened, it was, a little bit below this. Just put a line here, right here. Look at this, it just tracked sideways the whole night, all night. Made this massive pullback pre-market. I made some really big trades in there. I made quite a bit of money right in this area. And then it started to bounce, which you could see that on the 15-minute chart as well. Of course, it started on the 5-minute chart here, got really low, started doing this bouncy bounce thing, and then the 15-minute chart really started coming alive. All right. So where is the trade of the day? Well, you can see it intraday here, right? If you're a savvy trader like me and took advantage of the pre-market, great, good for you. If you're just hanging around to wait for a signal, let's say from like the GETUS Plus indicator, well, there it is right there. It happened at 11:05 a.m. my time here in Texas. And look at that signal. Oh my goodness, you would think the signal is garbage. This is sitting way up here. You're thinking go short, gives you your red candlestick. No, 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 no. We had positive momentum developing, right? And if you're paying attention to the 15-minute chart at the same time and the hourly chart, they were near the bottom. See this big old bull? So if you look over at the 1-hour chart at this time, what you're going to see is it's at the bottom. See, that's going to help you just with direction. You don't just pigeonhole yourself on a 5-minute chart. Okay, and then the chart starts to take off. Boom, this thing just took off. Okay, here, really, the market was just, let's just get back over here. Excuse me. At this point, you can see as it made its way up and kind of stalled here at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is typical. Look, it was right where it opened up. The day was going to be absolutely flat. Okay, it keeps trading. It pulls back, makes a little run, pulls back again. It's basically just flat, right? The day's just absolutely flat day. Right, it opened up over here at 50.70 and it was going to be closing right around 50.80. So it's going to be a really small up day, right? What time does this happen? Look at this, guys, exactly 3 o'clock. Like the last 5 minutes. This is after close. See this 255 candlestick? That's the end of intraday. So intraday finished right there on this little candlestick. And then, what do you know? Curious, exactly at 3 o'clock, they run it up nearly 50 points. Almost exactly 50 points. Now, who would do that? Right. Oh, gosh. Talk about a contrived market. So anyways, big run up there after intraday. And then, from there, like I said, probably BlackRock or one of Federal Reserve's proxies got in here and did this. And they have a reason for doing it. They want to control their markets. Who knows? Maybe they're making a bunch of money for senators and congressmen, right? I wouldn't doubt it. And their pals and whoever else. So it kind of changes the dynamic of the day, right? Right there at the very end of the day. So like I said, we'll see what tomorrow brings. But this was a pretty amazing entry right here. There was definitely some opportunity here that ran all the way. I would say it looks like a good 20 points here, maybe a little more. Super nice, right? Good. This is 20 points. It may not look like it on this chart, but that's 20 points right there. So to me, you know, there was two big opportunities here. One was to get us plus indicator gives us a signal for a 20-point ride. Okay. And then, you know, if you're smart, you wait for it. It dips down. It hits the 20. Let's see. This would be the 24-hour. It comes down, it touches the 24-hour and takes off again, so you get right back into the trade. Okay, so there was this pre-market to take advantage. I was up at like 6:30. I was up over here. Watch this, and bam. And then there was this one. This was 20 points here, and this was another 20 points. So you could put here total 40 points. This ran from 80 all the way down to like 22. Oh my gosh, like 60 points here, but I'd say maybe get 50 of this. This is 50 points. And I said it on the Discord server to the members, said, I think we're going to see 50-12, and it didn't quite get that far. We got pretty close, got down here to 50-22, so it was within 10 points, and then ran out of gas. Super nice. So a good overall day, and then some shenanigans by, you know, the criminals at the, you know, after pre-market close, but, you know, kind of typical world we live in. I just think amazing day. Gold had some big movements too. Gold had some pretty big movements. It was gold was really choppy most of the day, but right in the middle of the day had a pretty big move. So there were some opportunities there as well. Do I want to look at gold? Let's take a look at gold real quick. Why not? Let's take a look at it. We'll throw it into this video. And we'll swing it over to the hourly chart. Everybody's getting a freebie here in cycles for one day. It's okay, not a problem. This is gold. Gold is much more volatile than the S&P 500. It's going to be, we're in kind of in a choppy area right now in gold because gold's a little bit in a pullback. But you can see even in the pullback, it's just tracking sideways. That's how strong gold is. Even in its pullback, it's just, you know, gave it up here, but even in its pullback, it's just tracking sideways. Let's take a look and see what happens. We may have to make some adjustments here, some of these cycles, but look at this cycle. It really wasn't bad. It was a little, not exactly spot on, but this cycle here, look how good this cycle was. Gold came down, ran up, tracked over sideways, came back down. Here it came up, got pretty high, started tracking sideways, gave it up a little early, right? Didn't come to here. It gave up at like 3 or 4 hours before the cycle low. It gave it up right there. So that's the way gold is. Gold, you get, is a little bit looser with its cycles, but there's still, if you pay attention to the cycles, you'll make a lot of money in gold. You just don't take too big of a position. Keep your position kind of small to medium, and you won't get scared out, and you'll be able to handle the volatility of gold. You can make a lot of money. Okay. So, you know, I'm just looking at this. What was this, 10 a.m.? This is 8 a.m. So I put a little cycle in here because it's a really choppy time here for the last couple days. It's just all a bunch of chop, but with big movements involved. I mean, look at this candlestick alone. My goodness, this candlestick was 20 points in one candlestick. So we've got a rising phase here. Probably going to see it dip down over here somewhere. Maybe, you know, might see a dip. The gold's kind of in a transitional phase right now. We're going to wait to see what it does. It's slowly trying to make its way up out of this. All right. So, but we might see a dip here. It may not be perfectly down into this cycle. It might happen early. It might happen a little late. But that's probably what it's going to do. You can see here it kind of stalled. So this is gold. Those are the cycles for right now. I'll keep it close on these cycles. Right now the cycles are a little bit hard to, they're not as, the cycles are a little bit difficult because the market's in a choppy pullback time. Look at some of these cycles, been amazing. Look at this. Bam. Bam. Look at that. Ram. Ram. Here's another one. Bam. Right there. Bam. Look at this candlestick. Bam. Right here. Right on time. Bam. Look at this one. Comes way up. Bam. All the way down here. Right on time. Dilson runs all the way here. Bam. Levels off right there. Tries to get some steam, can't make it. And this is kind of where the daily started pulling back. It's really right up in here. It started pulling back in this whole section. So I think if you look at the daily chart, you're going to see a bit of a pullback going on here, which I'm not going to go look at it right now. But yeah, you see how it was way up here to almost 2,500. Ah, that was nice. So a few days ago, back last week, see last week Friday, 2 weeks ago, Friday was a high near 2450, and it's been slowly working its way down. So we might see down here just a little bit. So you can go look at gold daily if you want. You can probably get that anywhere for free. Yahoo might even give you gold futures free on the daily. You can just kind of look at what happened a couple of weeks ago, and it's been slowly tracking down since. But I expect to see something, giving everybody freebies here. Maybe 1 a.m. tonight, Texas time. It may not be exactly 1 a.m. It might run past that or a little before, but I expect this probably to come down a little bit in here somewhere, and then maybe bounce again. All right. Okay, if you want to become a member, stick around to the very end of the video. I'm going to go do that right now. Today's been an amazing day. A lot of money made in the market today. My gosh. Between the S&P 500, gold was, like I said, was a bit choppy, but there was opportunities there as well. Been pretty amazing time in the marketplace to make a lot of money. For everybody else that doesn't want to become a member, okay, great. You got your free video as usual. But I'm going to tell you right now, invest in yourself, man. I mean, don't sit on the sidelines. Invest in the $7.99 worth of service. It's going to help you probably become a much better trader, right? All right, so you want to become a member. That's really awesome. There is a discord.com link in the description right below this video on YouTube. There's instructions there too, so make sure you read the instructions, okay? I had a person join last night. I think they're out of Canada, which is no big deal. I got people from all over the world join my service. And they ran into a little bit of a problem because it wasn't obvious on the way the app is. And I helped them out. Okay, and a few minutes later, they were joined. So it's pretty easy to join. When you click on the discord.com link, it's going to bring you to the server right here. Get a server. Then you click on server shop. Brings you to this page. $7.99. $7.99. I mean, come on, invest in yourself. Spend 3 months, I mean, seriously, spend $25. I mean, if you've been watching my videos, you see the kind of money I make. Now, I'm not guaranteeing you're going to make that money right away. I think if you're patient, you can eventually make some really good money, all right? The streaming charts are down here. The 5-minute, 15-minute, 1-hour charts are down here, okay? So click on those. You can watch streaming charts. They're pretty much up 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. The only time they're closed or not, they're always open Monday through Friday. But the only time that they're not showing any data moving would be for the 1 hour that futures are closed, which is between 4 and 5 o'clock here in Texas. After that, they're running. So they're up. Futures trade 23 hours a day. Okay, so it's a great way to track the market. Okay, so that's the streaming charts for the S&P 500. When you join, just put in the member chat and say, hey, get us, where is the link for the gold stream? And I'll give you the link for that too, and you can watch the streaming charts on gold. I got people that watch gold almost every day. I see them, they're on the server, they're watching gold, they're making money trading gold. So if you want to try that, you can do that. All right. Both of these, S&P 500 and the gold stream, both have the Get Us Plus indicator. When that indicator thinks that there's a possible trade, it sends an alert over to these alerts channels. So for the S&P 500, it sends it here, and for gold, it sends it here. Okay, so you might want to right click on these channels and turn notifications on, depending on which one of these you want to pay attention to. All right. Every day I put premium symbols into this channel here. Every day. There's future symbols in there. There's optional stocks in there. There's sub-industries and industries in there. There's symbols for shorting. I mean, there's a whole bunch of symbols in there that you might want to look at. So there's a lot more to trading than just the S&P 500 and gold. There's all kinds of other products that could be traded. Okay, I saw wheat in there. For people that are not used to trading commodities and futures, you might want to check that out. I saw wheat. Okay, Of course, there's stocks that you can trade options in there as well, okay? Really good channel. Okay, the Get Us Only Post channel, this is where I put the link for this video, like I'm doing right now. So every day, you can, at the end of the day, like after the market's closed, you can go in there, click on the link, watch the video right there in this channel, or it'll take you to YouTube, is your choice. Okay, also, later on, you know, kind of get towards the nighttime, I send out a nightly email. And I'll also put that into this channel and notify everybody, hey, the emails have gone out. So you might want to right click on this channel, turn notifications on, right? Speaking of emails, when you join, I don't automatically get your email from Discord. Discord doesn't do that. They don't share your email that you joined with automatically with me, okay? Because they respect people's privacy. But if you want to get that nightly email, drop your email address in this channel. Okay, I'll pick it up. And then the nightly email, you're going to get the S&P 500 chart, the daily chart. You'll get the support and resistance lines on there. You're going to get the cycle analysis that I do on there. Okay, and I usually give a few sentences about my opinion about what I think the market might be doing the next day, okay? Okay, solar activity, I do track that because it has a huge impact on the face of the earth. I've been predicting earthquakes and been very accurate with prediction of earthquakes. And yes, the sun causes earthquakes. I know, whoa, did I just really just say that? I know. Don't tell the experts, just keep it between us, okay? Right. Yes, depending on what the sun is doing and how much energy is flowing from the sun to the earth, we get earthquakes. So I track that because it impacts the earth, not just with earthquakes, but it impacts the earth also in the markets in a lot of different ways. You'd be surprised. Okay. Occasionally I trade fixed income. If I do, it's usually corporate bonds. I'll put it in there. And then these two channels, Member Chat and S&P 500, this would just we do a lot of chatting, okay? If you want to chat specifically about the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ or something, put it in this channel. For everything else, put it in this. If it's like, you know, whatever else you want to talk about, you can put it in the member chat. All right, so just think about this. This is everything you get inside this vertical rectangle for $7.99 a month. Right, you're getting the S&P 500 streams, intraday charts. You're getting the gold streams. You're getting the alerts that go along with it. You're getting the premium symbols. You're getting the daily video. You're getting the nightly email. You're getting me tracking the sun, basically. Okay. If you have any support issues, you can put it in member chat. Usually it's just like, hey, I didn't get my email, and I'll go check out and see what's happening. Okay. All right, last thing is we got to talk about the rules. Okay, you got to know the rules on the server, because if you don't and you violate the rules, I'm going to be in your face about it, and it's going to be your fault because you didn't take the time to read the rules. Okay, the rules are, first of all, there's a refund rule in there. Make sure you read it. Okay, make sure you understand what the refund rules are. All right, I mean, basically, guys, for $7.99, I'm not giving refunds. Okay, if you don't want the next month, you just don't pay for it. It's not a big deal. The service is so cheap that, you know, I'm not going to prorate $8. Right? So there's no refund. If you don't like the service, just quit. Okay, it's that simple. There's a disclaimer there that I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, I do not give financial advice. Everything that I'm doing in this video and everything that's done on this server is strictly educational purposes only, and it's just my opinion. I don't care who's putting what on this server, me or anybody else. It's strictly educational purposes only. All right, no financial advice is implied whatsoever. You are responsible for your own trades. That's the way it's got to be. Okay, yes, the service is going to help you. I believe that. Honestly, earnestly believe that. Okay, but you're responsible. Okay. And lastly is be respectful in the server. Don't try to intimidate other people. Don't get nasty. Don't post any foul language. Okay, I'm a lean conservative. I'm a Christian. Do not bring your leftist garbage on my server. I will confront you. I don't want to hear that on my server. Oh, heck no. Okay, if you're a Democrat, you're more than welcome to join. No problem. I don't care about your political affiliation. Just don't bring it on my server. Okay, there are plenty of other places to go and cry and complain about what you think the world should be. Don't do it here. Okay, so expect this to be a conservative environment. All right, don't let it get to you. Just use the service to trade and make money, even if you're a leftist. Okay, just ignore the conservative stuff and use the service to make money. Okay. For the conservatives, well, welcome to a place where you're probably going to feel at home, okay? So I'm not biased to telling people, if you're a Democrat, you can't join. No, of course you can join. Just I don't want you to think it's okay to come here and spew political junk, because I'm not going to allow it. And I got to say these things because there's always somebody that comes in with an ego and tries to do something and be a hero and tell everybody how to run the world, you know. I think that pretty much covers it. Today was an amazing day. There's going to be more opportunity for sure in the markets coming up. I guarantee it. There always is. So happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.